Hey, what is going on, guys? This is the SS Ultimate Goku back with another video. And today I would like to talk about this news about LA Knight. Yeah. So the new news that's being reported right now is that supposedly because of Seth Rollins' injury, LA Knight was going to wrestle him at SummerSlam. So allegedly a new report that has come out is basically Saturday night's main event. LA Knight was supposed to lose that match to Seth Rollins, and that was supposed to set up a rematch at SummerSlam. And it was supposed to be supposedly the original plan for night one main event for SummerSlam. Over the Punk Gunther match, which means that ideally, if that was the case, Punk and Gunther's world title match would have been on night two, because I would have to imagine that Seth was probably going to try and cash in. That's the only way that would make any sense. But I'm just going to let you guys know right now, I don't believe this report. I think it's bullshit. And here's why. If this is real, if this is actually how the plan was supposed to go, right, then why the fuck are we not giving LA Knight another fucking match? And don't give me that bullshit, oh, well, they need a proper story for it. It's like, motherfucker, you just had Randy Orton compete at WrestleMania in an open challenge match because he couldn't, wrestle Randy Orton couldn't wrestle Kevin Owens because of the neck injury, okay, after they had that month build up for that story for WrestleMania. Okay, so you can't tell me that they couldn't give LA Knight something. Okay, yeah, it probably wouldn't have been main event night one worthy, but they had to give him something. You can't just leave him off TV for the next 2 weeks for SummerSlam, which is supposed to be, the second biggest pay-per-view outside of WrestleMania, right? But you're not going to give LA Knight a goddamn fucking or SummerSlam match? Like, no, that's bullshit. I don't buy this fucking report. All right, because if this was serious, because I was waiting and I was ready to make a video after Raw where he didn't make a televised appearance at all. Again, just like on this past SmackDown. But I didn't. Which I'm glad I didn't, because now I hear this damn report. I don't want to make multiple videos on this damn topic. Okay? So now we're hearing this. So now I was like, okay, now I'm going to make a video on this, because now this is interesting. Like, why the hell is this being floated around? Okay? And yes, is it plausible that would have been the SummerSlam match for LA Knight? Yes, it is plausible, but I don't buy this whole... This was going to be the main event of night one, and, now all of a sudden we can't do anything with LA Knight for SummerSlam. Why the fuck can't you do anything with LA Knight? You had Randy Orton do an open challenge at WrestleMania. Why can't LA Knight do a goddamn open challenge? Like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, why can't LA Knight do that? I want to hear, like, oh, well, it's Randy Orton. I'm like, no, dude, that's not how that works. If the dude is massively over and the people want to see him, why are you not putting him on TV? Why are you not putting him on pay-per-view? That's what people want to see. They want to see LA Knight, okay? So you give him somebody else to wrestle, okay? This dude literally got the fans on their seats for WrestleMania against Jacob Fatu. Prior to that match, nobody gave a fuck about the card. The crowd was not into WrestleMania of night one that night until LA Knight showed up and did his match with Jacob Fatu. Okay? Literally, that is facts. Okay? That is facts. Look at all the matches that happened before LA Knight and Jacob Fatu. Okay? The crowd was not into any of those matches before LA Knight's match. Okay, LA Knight got the crowd going at WrestleMania, and you're going to leave him off the card for fucking SummerSlam because the plans didn't align the way you wanted to? Okay? You pivot. That's what you do. You pivot, you give him somebody. Okay? I don't care who the fuck it is. I don't care if it's a fucking mid-card guy. Okay? You give him somebody. There's a bunch of fucking people on that roster you can give him right now. Okay? There's a bunch of different guys. Okay? Yeah, we don't have the fucking... We don't have Bronson Reed and fucking... Braun Breaker because they're occupied with Roman Reigns and Jey Uso. But you can give him someone else. There's other people on this roster that you can give him. I mean, fuck. I mean, who else we got? Soul's closed with freaking he's with doing the thing with Jacob Fatu. But, you know, I mean, what's Finn Balor doing? What the fuck's Finn Balor doing right now? I know he's a tag team champion right now, but what the fuck's Finn Balor doing? Okay, you could have him wrestle Finn Balor. I mean, Priest is a freaking babyface right now, so that probably wouldn't be a good idea. Who's Drew wrestling right now? Like, I know Drew's wrestling with Jelly Roll and Logan Paul and Cena, or not Cena, I'm sorry. Randy Orton. So they're preoccupied. But there are other guys. There's other guys on the roster that you can give him. I know R-Truth's a babyface right now, which, by the way, they're not really doing anything with R-Truth right now. They brought R-Truth back, and he's not... He did a couple of things for a couple weeks after the pay-per-view he interfered with at Money in the Bank, and what's R-Truth been doing lately? Nothing. By the way, I just want to mention off-key, speaking of Damian Priest, has anybody fucking noticed that Priest is just basically being R-Truth now? Like in terms of like what R-Truth was before. Like he's becoming Priest is becoming the doofus character now. You know, R-Truth like was the comedy relief character, but it just feels like Priest is just like become so stupid now. Like as I was like, are they making Damian Priest like the new R-Truth? Like, because he just feels really stupid like lately. Like, he just fucking comes in and fucking Aleister Black, right? Like, he's like, oh, yeah. And then freaking Aleister, like, boom, knocks him the fuck out. Like, I'm like, what the fuck? This dude is a former world champion, and he's being relegated to being stupid now, apparently. But the problem with Damian Priest is he's not a comedy relief character. That's the problem. R-Truth was a comedy relief character, so it was supposed to be funny. It was supposed to make sense. But Priest, you know, he's not supposed to be a comedy character. So it doesn't work if the character is not a comedy character. R-Truth was a comedy character. But now they're trying to reverse the roles, but it doesn't make sense because Priest is not a comedy character like R-Truth once was. Okay? Just putting that out there. I just think it's fucking stupid. But I mean, like, Aleister Black right now, I mean, he's like a heel now, basically, right? I mean, there's a bunch. I mean, hell, you can even do an open challenge. Like I said, open challenge. Jimmy Uso is a freaking heel right now, so that won't work. Or he's a babyface right now, so that doesn't work. But, I mean, my point being is there's a bunch of guys on there. I mean, give him Grayson Waller, for fuck's sakes, at this point. Give him Grayson Waller. I mean, they're not doing anything with him either right now. Or even the New Day. Kofi Kingston. Like, there are different options they can do for LA Knight right now just to give him a SummerSlam match. All right, don't leave him off the fucking card. Give him somebody. Open challenge. Give him somebody. All right? Don't just fucking leave him off the card. That's why I don't buy this fucking bullshit. Because if they were serious about him, they wouldn't just fucking be like, oh, we're going to put your hands up and just not fucking give him anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's fucking stupid. If Triple H was actually fucking serious about LA Knight, he would give him somebody. Even if with Rollins out right now with a legitimate injury, you could still give him somebody to face. And I'm sure somebody in the comment section right now can make a suggestion of somebody, of a heel wrestler that he can face right now, okay, that I haven't suggested yet. Feel free to chime in. But there are many guys that he could just call up for an open challenge right now. And, you know, face. It makes sense. Like, I just don't get it, man. The only thing this really does confirm to me, and I hope this is true, is I hope CM Punk wins the world title. Because I'm a big CM Punk fan. I want to see CM Punk win the world title. Like, straight up, what I think the plan would have been, like, if this is true, I still don't buy that. I'm still skeptical on this whole Seth LA Knight program. But I think maybe one of the ideas is to have the Punk Gunther match, which is going to main event night 1. But I think the original plan was for it to not main event night 1, but it was going to be like on night 2. Maybe as like the opening match or whatever. Or maybe the middle of the pack match. I don't know. It probably would be the opener, right? So what I think they would have done is they would have made it the opener. And that's when Seth Rollins would have interfered. Like, Punk would have won the title. And then Seth would have interfered and would have taken the title from him. But now they can't do that because Seth is legitimately injured. I know people are still suggesting that he isn't actually injured. I don't buy that. I think it was legitimate. And he won't be there for SummerSlam. So I think the plan will be now is that Punk will win the title. And then whenever Seth comes back, they can run the program with Punk as the world champion, and then you have Seth cash in. Because I think the plan is for them to wrestle at WrestleMania 1-on-1. I think they're that deep into it. I think Punk and Seth is deep into WrestleMania. I think the plan was going to be Punk chasing Seth for the title. Because he would win the title, and then Seth was going to cash in with the Money in the Bank. And then Punk was going to basically chase the title and probably have to win the Rumble or the Chamber to face him. But now that Rollins is going to be out for probably several months, probably back in time for WrestleMania, what I think they'll do is they'll have Punk be basically the champion for a while, and then it's going to lead to, you know, whenever Rollins comes back, because he still has the Money in the Bank, whenever Rollins is healthy enough to come back, he'll use the contract, basically, and cash in to win the world title. Or what they can do, and again, we're going a little sidetrack, but what they can do with Seth is they could actually, for the first time ever, actually say that Seth Rollins is challenging for the title at WrestleMania. Because he's the Money in the Bank winner. Money in the Bank winner gets a guaranteed contract. He can pick his date. He doesn't have to do the Edge cash in. He can fucking, you know, he can announce that he's cashing in at WrestleMania despite whoever the Rumble winner is. That's another thing that they've never done. You know, how would that work? How would that override the Rumble winner? You know what I'm saying? That's another thing they could end up doing now. With it. But in terms of LA Knight, that's the original topic of this video. You know, LA Knight definitely wasn't planned to beat Seth at Saturday night's main event. He did. That did happen because of the injury. Seth could have easily just had it end in a no contest if he wanted to. They could have done a smudge with like Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker coming out, but they decided not to do that. They just had Seth just decided to get up and just take the finisher and 1, 2, 3 match over. But I am happy he did that though. I am happy that Seth did that because again, he didn't have to do that. Okay, because if he wasn't going to get his match at SummerSlam, at least LA Knight got the win. You know, even though that win wasn't planned for Saturday night's main event, at least he got a clean win against Seth. Because that's still, I still think it's a big deal. I still think that was a big deal for his career, despite it turning out the way it turned out. But again, why would you squash the momentum? Like, he got pinned cleanly, essentially, by Braun Breaker. Then 2 days later on Raw. All right, no interference, no nothing. Why didn't Bronson Reed come out and interfere in that match? They try to say, oh, it was because of the rib injury. I'm like, what the fuck? Well, then what about the rib injury against Seth Rollins? Okay? Like, the shit doesn't make sense. And then they keep him off TV for the SmackDown and then just this past Raw. Okay? Like, it doesn't make any fucking sense. If you know, this is where they should be trying to capitalize on the momentum. You know, we're not going to get Seth Rollins. He did get a win against Seth Rollins now. So the creative process should have been, okay, what heel can we put him on that doesn't have a plan for SummerSlam right now that we can pivot towards and have him start a quick feud with? The answer apparently to Triple H is nothing. For me, I would be like, hey, this guy won the match. All right, we're not going to have his feud at SummerSlam, but he did beat him already at Saturday Night's Main Event. Let's capitalize on this momentum and put him in against another heel that doesn't really have any plans right now for SummerSlam, so we can keep the momentum going. You know what I'm saying? Like, keep the momentum going. Okay? Don't just leave him off TV and do fucking nothing. How the fuck does that help? You know, you have all these paying fans that want to see this motherfucker be the world champion at some point, world or WWE champion. And you're fucking not putting him on television doesn't make any fucking logical sense. Okay? All right? It doesn't make sense, man. It's stupid. It's fucking dumb. If this actually is was the real fucking plan, all right? It's fucking dumb that they're not fucking pivoting. Okay, to something else. I would even be okay with him going up against Grayson Waller. At least he's wrestling somebody. At least he's showing that he has momentum on his side. Okay? Just give him somebody. Just give him fucking somebody, man. Like, come on. He does not deserve to be left off fucking television because your plan didn't work out. All right, there should have been a plan B. What happened to plan B, Triple H? I thought there's always a plan B, right? I thought there's always a plan B. But apparently, for your creative, it's not. And that pisses me off because that's bullshit. That's a bullshit excuse, okay? No plan B, okay? How the fuck is there not a plan B? You gave a plan B to Randy Orton. I don't want to hear excuse that this would be, oh, he's a fucking legend. And same thing with Bobby Lashley, man. Remember Bobby Lashley? He was supposed to go up against The Fiend, and we all know what ended up happening to The Fiend, R.I.P., Bray Wyatt. But still, Triple H did not have a backup plan for Bobby Lashley at WrestleMania. It's such bullshit. It's like, how do you not have a fucking backup plan? Okay? How do you not have a backup plan for these guys? These top guys or people on the rise. You did for Randy Orton, so you can't tell me you can't do that. And they should have had something for Lashley, okay, at that time. I was pissed at the time when they didn't do it for Lashley. He did the Andre the Giant thing or whatever, but I mean, that's on SmackDown now. Who gives a fuck? It's not on the pre-show anymore. Okay, they don't have a pre-show match anymore, which I just think they should just get rid of the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal because I just think it's fucking stupid now. Like, it's on SmackDown before WrestleMania. It's not even on WrestleMania. Like, at the very least, if it's on the pre-show, at least then you could be like, okay, you're sort of on WrestleMania. You're just on WrestleMania before WrestleMania, but you're still there. Okay, but I mean, now it's just like whatever now. And then they just have Lashley come out with the trophy. And it's like, that's fucking dumb, man. That's just dumb. It's dumb creative, and it just doesn't work, man. It just doesn't fucking work. And I just don't understand it. And again, it's the same thing. Again, we could talk about R-Truth briefly here, because R-Truth, was the hottest thing when he came back. Everybody wanted him back. He came back. He did the gimmick change. He did a freaking, the haircut is the symbolic thing, right? And what the fuck's he doing? He's doing some random ass feud with Aleister Black. Okay? You know, like what the fuck? You know, where's the plan B? Where's the plan B, man? You don't this is the problem with Triple H is he doesn't have a plan B when the shit goes south. Okay? This is proof he doesn't have a plan B. Yes, you can have long-term storytelling, but you have to have a plan B. You have to be ready to pivot because injuries can happen at any time and that can ruin something. So you have to be ready. And it just seems like Triple H is just not ready for stuff like that. It's ridiculous. So that's my thoughts. Hopefully we can get something for LA Knight at SummerSlam. Let me know what you guys think. Comment, rate. And also comment down below if there's anybody I missed, you know, that you think that LA Knight could face quickly at SummerSlam in like an open challenge situation or something like that. Let me know if there's any heel wrestlers you think he could that aren't doing anything right now, that aren't on a match, that aren't in a match for SummerSlam right now. Let me know. Comment, rate, like this video, my videos, please subscribe, hit the notification bell for the latest content. Thank you, and that's about it, guys. I am the SS Ultimate Goku, and I'm out of here. Yeah, peace. Also, make sure, besides my YouTube channel, to follow the Twitch, follow the Instagram. I also have a Discord link in the description where we discuss various topics, including this one here. So make sure to check it out. Now I'm out. Peace.